How are we doing, everyone? Thanks for joining me for episode 3 of the older Charity Lake Syndicate vlogs I'm doing. It's Sunday evening. I've been at work all weekend. I've literally got down here. It's nearly, well, it's just before 7 o'clock. I've been having a chat with the bailiff, etc. since I've been through the gate. Things have changed a little bit since our last session, and by that I mean I've upgraded my membership from a long lake ticket only to a gold permit now, so I can have all 3 lakes. Purely because I didn't expect to catch one of the 2 ones I'm after out of the long lake as quickly as that. And it kind of frees me up now to move around. I'm going to drop in the same swim as I did in vlog 1 and 2 just for tonight. I'm not staying there for the session. I'm just going to drop in there tonight, see if I get anything through the night, and then in the morning I'm going to sit and have a think where I'm going to go, because I'm going to go around and do a bit of marker work on the other lakes. Get some spots sorted for the season while it's quiet, because I don't think there'll be many here on a Monday, hopefully, and go from there. But for now, I'm going to get back. Like I say, I'll get all my kit set up. It's nearly 7 o'clock. I think I mentioned that already. So I've got about an hour and a half left. We've got something good to burn this time as well, something fancy. So yeah, but for now, just walking my little carrier bag back from my van, because I forgot one bag. All the kit's just stashed on the floor in here. I've not even started setting nothing up, but I'll bring you back when we get to the swim that you've already seen most likely twice, and we'll see how it goes this session. But I'm not expecting anything like last time. Walking up the trail this way, there's a car park at the far end, so I've just dumped my van in there for tonight, because it's easy to come back and pick my gear up in the morning and maybe move to the other end. You can see it's all just stood there in a little pile. I did consider, oh, should I go in there so I can put one rod to the left side, one rod to the right. I think I'm going to mess myself up. Even if I put one rod out, over to there tonight, I'm not really bothered if I fish just one rod, to be fair. We'll see. I'm going to have a look. I might put a second one sort of over in that zone there and just see what happens. But I don't know. For now, I need to get some kits out, because you can see the sun is setting on the trees. And yeah, I haven't even got started, so I'll bring you back when I'm pretty much set up. Okay, I'm near enough set up. I've still got a nip and fetch and unhooking mat, landing net, wave sling, etc. yet. But I've just re-rigged both the rods over, because I've just come off the level session, which I changed them to the old running setup. But now I've put both rods, there's a shock, back on exactly what I caught on the last 2 sessions here. The only difference I've made, and I'd like to thank the person for pointing this out, because I hadn't even thought that, is this bit of tubing that I've got on. I've still got the blobs of putty behind it, but they are directly on the main line now. Before I had them on a sinker, and someone commented, so I'm not going to say your name in case you don't want to be named, but he said, mate, you do know that the rig tubing can't come off because the sinker's stopping it. I'm like, hadn't even thought of that. So if I would have been cut off, the lead would have gone, but it would have just been trailing the rig tube around, because it couldn't actually slide down the line, because the old tungsten sinker that was under the putty would stop the tubing coming off. So there's something I didn't even think about. So yeah, thanks very much for pointing that out, because I would have continued to use that rig in that way, or that setup in that way, and yeah, I could have ended up leaving a fish trailing some tubing, etc. if I was unlucky enough to get cut off. Luckily I wasn't, but so I now know. So just plain putty on the line, because that will just slide off the line if the unfortunate of a cut off happens. But we're not going to get one of those, fingers crossed. We don't want anything like that to happen at all. So set up, yeah, you'll see exactly the same. Both rods, the other rod's lent up there, I've tied them up. I'm going to nip up, get me a unhooking mat and landing net, etc. and all that. Then I'll just show you the bags, I'll show you what we're doing, where they're going, and then I'll show you what we're burning, because yeah, I've treated myself tonight. It's going to get ruined because I'm going to burn it, but I've treated myself. But anyway, let me go get my mat and all that, and I'll see you when we're about to cast in. Here we go then. First rod's ready. Let's get it out there. There we have the second bag. You can actually see the corn that side this time and the lead that side. So this rod I'm going to put on this inside line down this side of the tree this time, or maybe in the middle of the channel, I don't know. No, let's put it in the middle of the lake, because I've got one on the edge, one on the middle. Let's do that. That's 2 rods out and fishing finally. The light is fading. I'm just going to quickly show you. I have got a little bit of bait with me this time, so I'm here for 3 nights. No, I've not just got 1 bloody tin of sweet corn for 3 nights. Mind you, that's all you need sometimes, isn't it? Drained weight is 260 grams, so I'm going to put half a tin of corn over each rod, so 130 grams of corn. Sounds like a bloody cooking recipe the way I'm saying that, doesn't it? Boilies, I've got, there's not even a kilo there of boilies. I'm here for 3 nights, I'm going to move lakes. Probably going to put 20 baits around the whole area. In there is 15mm cell, 15mm essential cell and 18mm cell. The reason it's in a blue freezer bag and not a mainline bag is because I bought 5 kilo of 15 cell, 2 kilo of 18 cell, 1 kilo of 15mm essential cell. When I got home, I sorted out about 20 freezer bags. I took a handful and put them all in each and separated that 8 kilos went into 20 bags. So each night I'm willing to use a bag. So that's 20 sessions of bait from 20 nights fishing basically from 8 kilo boilies. That's just how I ration it. That's my way of doing it. Years ago I used to put far too much in, and I know I did. I'd sit on a catapult, bang, bang, banging it in like a madman. Got in the right rhythm. You look and you think, just put like 3 kilo in. And these days, like a lot of you watching this, I can't afford to be chucking bait in like I used to, because one, it costs more to buy, but in general, living costs are more daily. So I just have less spare money for fishing. Therefore, I have less to buy bait with, you know. So I just put a bit less in, you know. I think a lot of the times we all overbait. I don't think a lot of us can say, well, I've gone home and I know all my bait's gone during that session. I don't think that happens very often at all. So I'm going to put probably, like I say, 20 baits in, half a tin of that each. And I've also been sent out some of these, right? This is not a bait plug before you start going, oh, here we go. It's not. The bloke got in contact with me and he said, I own this company, it's called Pure Cuts. He said, do you mind if I send you some stuff out, have a see what you think to it, and give me a review. Not you lot, I'm not going to say to you lot, right, go and buy it because it's amazing, or don't buy it because it's crap. He said, could you just try it, Kev, and give me a review what you think on it. So that's what I'm going to do. These are 11mm sweet nut pellets. So let's have a little looky. They do actually smell like popcorn. Well, I hope they're meant to smell like popcorn, because if you're watching this and you're like, no, they're not meant to smell like popcorn, idiot. I think they do. Just a pellet, 11mm pellet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep a couple and chuck in my little bucket of water and see how long they take to break down, because it's always good to test pellets on breakdown time, because some break down quicker than others. And then I'm going to catapult maybe, I don't know, around the swim. Say that much for now. I'm not going to put loads in, like I say. It's too early in the year for this venue anyway. It's too early to start putting loads of bait in. So let's spin the camera around, let's get some bait in, shall we? That's it, no more. So I'm going to put 3 pellets in. See how long they take to break down. Cool, that's the baiting done. Like I say, that's plenty. It looks loads with the corn, but it's not, because everything eats that, doesn't it? And it's mostly water anyway, sweet corn, it's mostly liquid. Few of them pellets out, few boilies out, just in no particular, just randomly here and there. I'm not sure what the night brings, but I've just checked, it's 8 o'clock. So I've just put the pellets in the bucket. It's just gone 8 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock, I'm going to have a look and see what they're doing. 10 o'clock, then I haven't really thought this one through very well, because I'll probably be asleep by then. So they're not broken down in 2 hours. I'll redo the experiment tomorrow when I've got all day to look at it. But for now, tidy up, let's get some food on. So tonight's delicacy, or cuisine I should say, is going to be burnt venison grill steaks. There you go. Something different for the channel. Not even sure I've ever had venison. I have heard in the past that 8 venison leg is too dear. That's about all I know about it, so I'm going to get on with burning it. Cheers all, first coffee of the older evening. I'm going to do it now just in case some of you can't handle seeing what's going to happen to that venison, and that is say thanks very much for all the continued support to the channel from each and every one of you. Like I say, it's down to you lot that the channel is getting bigger and bigger. Every single video I get more and more subscribers seem to subscribe, which is fantastic. I was a bit concerned that these videos might not be appealing to many of you, because unless you're kind of on here, or you're looking to come on here, or you're a syndicate angler yourself, I take a massive chunk of my audience straight out. It seems like a few of you are just enjoying watching me going fishing. I thought before it was where I'm fishing that is why people are watching. I'm sure it is for some, but the majority of you watching is just to see what I burn, what I managed to fluke out, and what kind of balls ups I make during the vlog, you know. So from me, a massive thank you for the support. It's much appreciated, and especially for everyone commenting, like clicking the like button, sharing it, stuff like that. Anyone who's new, if you're watching this, you've never seen my channel before, have a look through it, please. I have got quite a few other vids on there. There's going to be quite a lot more coming, and if you want to stick around, just click subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you nothing, you're not tied to nothing, and you can unsubscribe anytime. That's got the sales pitch out of the way. I do need to do it. I don't like doing it, but I do need to do it, as I'm sure you can all appreciate. But it is genuinely meant. It's not because I need to do it I'm saying it. I genuinely say it because I genuinely mean it. But right down here at this precise moment, there is 2 venison steaks burning. So if you can't handle to see that and you're switching off now, cheers for tuning in this far. Hopefully you'll join me on the next vlog, and I'll let you know if I caught anything on this one. But if you're going to stick around, watch the full vlog. Next thing you see is going to be 2 burnt venison steaks. So cheers all. Well, I think it's fair to say for me that's pretty tame, but they are done. But first time for venison on the channel. Let's see what they taste like. Tell you what, that is something different for the channel, isn't it? Let's have a taste test. Yeah. It tastes a lot stronger than steak, even with the burntness. Look, there is burntness. Yeah, venison, that is a thumbs up. Right, I'm going to scoff this, get myself settled in for the night. Let's see what happens, because if I bring you back with a morning update saying good morning, nothing's happened, I've blown it, because both bites are coming in the dark, haven't they? So fingers crossed. I'm going to get this down. Hopefully I'll see you in the night. If I see you in the morning, yeah, never mind. Let's see what happens. Well, the rods ain't moved and it's dark, so it's game on time. It's also pellet checking time. Let's have a look. Excuse the light that's now about to come on. No, my pellets haven't started to break down yet. We're an hour in. Do you know what I'm sure? Yeah, there is a little bug life swimming around in the water, look. Shows you how the fish get so big. Look at that. How cool is that? Right, I'll check again in an hour's time. Right, let's have a wander back over to the old bucket. Let me put my light on. Let's have a wander back over to the bucket. The pellets have not broken down at all, or even beginning to break down. There is a bug on that middle one eating it. But But yeah, the pellets haven't started to break down. Oh, they've swelled up a little bit. They're bigger than 11mm now. So that's 2 hours in, but I'm going to bed, so we'll restart this tomorrow. A little spider hanging there, look. I felt one land on my face last weekend and I forgot to say about it. I'm not having that. I've got to move that bloody thing tonight out of my way. Then I'm going to bed. Good morning. Sadly, I'm doing that clip I was hoping I wasn't going to be doing, and that is nothing has happened during the night. The birds are all up and awake singing. It's 10 to 5, so it's now coming light. But who knows, maybe we could get a daytime bite or daylight hour bite. I don't know. I'm going to stay here for a bit. Not in a rush to pack away this morning. I've still got like another 2 nights fishing in front of me yet, so just going to lay here, see if there's any signs of fish here telling me I need to stay here. But if I don't see anything, then I will be moving. I have no idea where, but I'll be moving somewhere. But for now, I'm just going to get the kettle on and see what the morning brings. As you'll see, it's daylight. I just had a liner on the left-hand rod 5 minutes ago. A bobbin pulled up and then just went back down to where it was, so it's definitely a liner. That's a good thing about that rig. If you've had an aborted take, you'll have no lead left, so your line will drop slack, so you know you've been done. It's definitely a liner, which is a good sign, because I had liners leading up to the last capture as well, so fingers crossed could get one in the daytime hours. That'd be nice. I'm going to give it till 10, maybe 11 before I do anything at all. I'm just going to ease myself into today and then make a game plan. But for now, the game plan is get the kettle back on and hope the old left-hand rod goes, because the right one, I feel like this is a one-rod swim, you know. I can't work out what to do with my second rod to feel like it's actually effectively fishing, because again, I don't think the second rod is. I think that little banker spot, I might just fish one rod in here next time, to be honest. Yeah, I can't work out where to put it. I'm stumped. I don't want to put a second rod over there as well, because that's just ridiculous. I don't know. Let's have a coffee and see if my head clears and I think of a better plan for that other rod. Just remembered, pellet checking time. They have broken down into halves, or 2 have. The third one quite hasn't broken down, so I'm looking at roughly 10 hours they've been in the water now. So that's your pellet update. So far on the old pellet, I'm saying a 12-hour breakdown time, which is quite good. Yeah, I kind of need to mimic a hook bait to fish alongside a bag of them somewhere, maybe like somewhere like Lovells or somewhere where I can get bites. Here it's not the place to test things out, is it? I've just put some in just so I've got some in the swim, but I have had a liner on the rod, but I've also got corn out there and I've got cell boilies out there, so, and it doesn't even mean it was a feeding fish. Could be moving through fish, couldn't it? So I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to carry on watching. I've seen nothing at all. Hope a rod goes. If it does, it's going to be the left one. As you'll see, the sun is beaming down, and also you'll see over in there, you'll see in a minute. It might be because I'm stood out there actually. No, down it goes. See, bugger, still put too much bait out. And that wasn't a lot of bait I put in, and it's not been taken because the old coot's been diving on it for the last 20 minutes. So I'm going to give it another hour just in case I sneak one out, but it's not going to happen. You know when you're sitting there thinking you know it's not going to happen. I'm sitting here now like that, so another hour. Just going to keep looking up the lake there to see if there's anything I can see to move on to, but there's not. So if that's the case, we'll probably be moving lakes, I think, because I'm not feeling it. And I don't feel like I'm going to get a bite. I've woken up this morning, nothing through the night, and I'm like, yeah, chance is gone. So in that situation, all you can do is go somewhere else where you feel like you've got a chance, because here, no, it's not the one this time. But I'll give it an hour and then we'll get sorted out and see what we're going to do for the rest of this vlog. So I lasted about 20 minutes after that last clip. The rods are in, safely on the bivvy out the way. I've come for a walk. I'm not happy where I am. The old geese, they've only got 4 babies left, sadly. Last time I was here they had 5, so unfortunately 1 has already gone. Hopefully that's going to be the only one that goes. I'm now looking at this lake here. This is the Tench Lake. So what you've got is island there, goes back round, and then that area there. In this lake there's 18 to 20 carp. That's all you're fishing for. So it's pretty low stocked considering it's full of tench, full of weed as well. It's got lots of silverfish in here as well. So I think this is the most difficult lake on the complex, if I'm honest. Some will say the main lake is. I don't think so, because there's a lot more fish in the main lake, where here it's a low stock pit. They don't come out often at all, and that's why you don't see many people on it, which is good. I'm going to show you the water clarity as well. That looks quite clear. Let me put you on setting 1. That is how clear the water is in here. It's absolutely crystal clear. You know, camouflaging rigs, it's let me zoom you back out. Yeah, camouflaging your rigs is so difficult in here, but I think that's where we're going to be moving on to. I'm going to have a walk around now just to make sure I'm sort of feeling it, but I already am feeling it, if I'm honest, because I'm definitely not feeling it where I am, and the main lake I'm not feeling that either. So I'm going to have a wander around. I'll bring you back when we get to the other side. I've come around the other side of the Tench Lake now. This is what they call the point swim, or the double swim. I know it was the point swim, but it shows. I'm just going to show you the rest of the lakes. It looks stunning. It's such a lovely mature old lakes. Well, they all are. All 3 lakes are really old and mature. They've all got their own characteristics, but this is the weather for the week. Pretty much what it's doing now. No wind, sunny and high pressure. Absolutely pants fishing conditions, isn't it? But the lake looks lovely. And as I walk over this side, first thing I noticed as I walked in and swim, look at the underwater plant life. Again, how clear the water is. Let me put you on that one. So I mean, any possible help I can get camouflaging my rig, I'm going to need, because that, yeah, it's very clear. What we've got a little stone here. Let's chuck a stone in. That was a bit of a big stone, really. Let's chuck a small one in. You'll watch it sink then. Look at that, just filtering down. That's maybe in about 3.5, 4 feet of water, and you see it pretty much go all the way down. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. Right, I'm going to carry on walking around, choose where I'm going on here. I'll go get my kit packed down, get it moved around, and we'll get going again. So I'm getting there, shelter's up, 3 rods allowed in here. Whilst I've been putting the rods on the bank sticks ready, something I've noticed in the edge, and I'll show you lot as well, just so you know what I'm actually up against. Not just the clearness of the water. Look what is swimming around in the water. Look at all them lot. So it's loaded with naturals. So it's gone from being an ultra low stock lake from gin clear to being loaded with naturals as well. We've got sunny weather and high pressure. Sorry, bloody flies around here are terrible as well. I'm going to have to go get my old spray that I have to put on me, because they're pissing me off to start with, and I've not even got a rod out. So I'm going to carry on getting set up, but the only info I've actually got on this lake is that somewhere out in front of me is a bar. Okay, that's all I know. I've done maybe 3 nights on that point swim before, maybe 4 an absolute push, and 1 over on the split bank over there. Other than that, in all the years I've been a member on and off of it, I've never fished on here really. I've never had a fish out of here. Like I say, we're after 18, maybe 20 an absolute maximum. So yeah, it's going to be a tall order, I think. So I apologise that this vlog's probably going to turn out to be a blank, and the next 2 might well be, because I don't think I'm going to move. I've got 2 nights left, and I think I'm going to stay here for the 2 nights and just see what happens. But for now, I'm going to get it set up. We'll go through the rod setup, because I am going to change it a bit, show you what's happening, get some rods in, find a bar and all that business, and yeah, let's get going. Just sitting here messing around with some bits. Let's see if I can get him before he darts off. Little pike. He is. Only a small little jack. There he is. What are you looking at? I know, I can see you. God, you are small, aren't you? What are you, maybe £1.5? He's coming in after them bloody tadpoles, isn't he? And there he goes up. There he goes. That's it. Don't you go warn them bloody carp on after him. You stay out the way. Right, I'm going to carry on with what I'm actually doing. Can't even remember what I'm doing. I've lost what I'm doing because I see a pike. I'm not even here to catch a pike. Never mind. See you in a bit. Okay, I've located where the bar is, or the back of the bar. That's what I've been doing. I thought I'll get to that stage and then I'll do like a little clip. So basically what I've done is I've found where the back of the bar is, so I'm landing just over the back in the silt. I've clipped it up on my reel. I'm going to cast back out again now. I'm going to drag it across the bar until it stops and it hits the silt again, and then I'm going to clip it back up again. So that means when I've got my wrap sticks in a moment, the first clip is this side of the bar and the second clip will be the back end of the bar, or the other side of the bar. But then I can gauge where the middle of the bar is. So if I want to fish this side of the bar, I'll know how many wraps it is. If I want to fish down the back of the bar, I'll know how many wraps it is. And then if I want to fish bang in the middle of the bar, I can also work all that out just from casting out one more time, dragging it back and re-clipping. You save yourself absolutely loads of time instead of dotting it around. It's the quickest way to do it. So I'll get it back out in there now. You'll see, well, you might not see it land, but it will land in the silt, and as soon as I start to pull, it'll all of a sudden tap, 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 and I'm going to keep going until it stops tapping, basically. So, get out. See what I mean? The fly life here is crazy. Right, let's get this out. So, that has just actually hit the bar, the base of it. So it should start tapping straight away, like, don't know if you'll see the rod tip, but it is tap, 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 tap. It's vibrating, so we'll keep going. I'm not bothered about depth. Still tapping. It's getting really savage now, so that means we're in the real middle of it. Still tapping. Crikey, that's a long bar, or wide, I should say. We're coming down it now. Right, we just hit the silt. Nearly. No, we're still on gravel all the way there. That's ridiculous. There, we've just hit the silt. That is ridiculous. I can see my leader, my shop leader, coming up. Right, let's spin you round and we'll do the wrap sticks now. Right, let's count the wraps. These are on 10-foot rods as well. So, lead there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so look at that. That is 4 1/3 is this side of the bar, the base of it. So 4 1/3. Let's remember that. And then 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, and nearly another 4 1/2 wraps. So if I want to be the back of the bar, I'm just under 9. If I want to be this side of the bar, I'm 4 1/3. And if I want to be in the middle of the bar, anywhere in between 6 and 7 wraps. So that saved me all that. So I can, I'll leave this clip for now. I'll get some rods wrapped up. So that's the marker work done. As far as I'm concerned, I'm finished as quick as that. I did have 2-3 more casts just to check where it goes left and right. The left hand side, if I stand and cast directly where my left rod is, I actually fall off the side of the bar. That's where it finishes, or it finishes there, it slopes back down into the silt. So I'm going to put my left hand rod straight out, but on that I'm going to have a 4 to 5 foot zig, purely because my thinking is if I put a black foam up in the water, just sort of where the bar finishes and shelves down, if them fish don't follow it down and they carry on going straight, that's replicating one of those little naturals in the edge, or as close as I can make it. So I might pick a bonus fish up. So the left rod is going to be a zig. The middle rod is going to be fished with a balanced tiger in a solid bag. The bottom bait variation of this rig I've been fiddling with, I'm going to put that on, but with a balanced tiger. I've got no tiger nuts to fire in as free offerings. All I've got is my corn, my boil and my pellet, which you've seen me bait up earlier in the vlog, so I won't film that again. But I'm basically going to replicate the baiting situation over there, here. That's what I'm going to do, but I won't film doing it again. You've seen it once. So that's going to be the middle rod. The right hand rod, I'm going to fish the yellow corn. Again in a solid bag, but popped up. So I'm going to get some rods wrapped up, get them set up, get everything tied up, and we'll film getting some rods out, and then we better start burning something, because we're getting on midday now. I've got 5 hours of this session left that I'm going to class in this vlog, and then I'm going to start the next one. So this one's most likely going to be a blank, I think. But you've had some venison burning, so that was worth watching, wasn't it? And as for the vlogs, the reason I'm doing them in a 24-hour period is for a couple of reasons. One, no 24-hour period is the same as the one just gone. Two, if I film, I'm here for 3 nights. If I put that all into one vlog, that's going to make it maybe an hour and a half vlog. A lot of you haven't got an hour and a half to sit there and watch it, you know. So therefore, I'll try and cram it down to less. That means you'll miss stuff, and something that might be important, that it might not be important to some people, but it is to others. So that means I can't put as much information and detail in the vlog, because it will just become too big. So that's why I'm doing it like this. And also I can clear my phone back off. My iPhone, it's only got the 128 storage thing on it. So doing this filming, etc., and that, if you've never done filming before, which I haven't done a lot of, but say I make like a 30-minute video, I have to then allow space on my phone to put together 30 minutes on the iMovie, and then 30 minutes transferring it off to a file ready to upload to YouTube. So I've got to allow an hour and a half's worth of footage space on my film to make half an hour film. Does that make sense? I've got geese. God, I've got bloody geese coming in here now. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it, because basically I'll run out of storage on my phone, and I won't actually be able to transfer it off. I don't use a computer. I don't even own a computer. So every film I've made has been on a phone. That's why it's not highly edited, etc. They are what they are. It's what I can manage on a phone and with what I've got. So that's why the vlogs are 24-hour vlogs. It's not to make content for the sake of it or make multiple videos, etc. It's purely to manage with the equipment I've got, basically. So yeah, just so people know why they come out like they come out. But anyway, I'm going to sort the geese out, because I'm not sure what they're doing, but I need to sort them out, because they'll be in here in a minute, and then we'll get some rods out. So I'll see you shortly, and after that we're going to start burning, because I'm starving again. So I'll see you in a bit, folks. This could be a mistake, but there you go. Have some bloody cell boilies down here. You've got babies to feed. They're not staying here all session. They're getting moved on. As soon as I'm set, these lot will go in. You've had your feed. That's it. I've done my good deed for the day. For any of you that's not heard it, that was the cuckoo. Finally, time to get a couple of rods out. That's what's going in the solid bag. That's going to be the right hand rod, and I'm going to aim that slightly right. So I'll get it tied up in a bag. We'll get a rod out and see if we can't catch something. I'm hoping I don't get a tench, but if I'm going to catch a tench on this rig, this is going to be the lake. So fingers crossed I don't. Cool, let's go. So the next rod I'm going to put out, the good old zig, but I'm going to be fishing it slack. So you'll see I've got 3 blobs of putty behind the lead clip, and I've actually got one of the new KORDA, I think they're meant to be like easy quick release lead clips. So the lead, even with the tail rubber on, it should, yeah, that comes off fairly easy. So it comes off really easy, that one. And I've got about, I don't know, what's that, 4 foot hook length, something like that. I'm going to fish that. It's going to be the left rod, just fishing down the edge of the bar. So I'm kind of up in the water still, but as they come off the bar, if they keep going straight, hopefully they'll come into this little bad boy, which is as close as I can make it to one of those tadpoles. So let's get the lead on, let's get the rod back out there. I say back out, we ain't cast in yet, are we? Let's get the actual rod out there. I'm quite impressed with that tail rubber though, and lead clip setup. It's yeah, seems pretty good. Right, let's go. Wow, did you see all them fish get disturbed? They was all there. Fish was all there. Might have just blown that straight away. Finally I've got 2 rods in, so I've got one on the bottom and one up in the water. But yeah, when I see that lead hitting all them fish get disturbed, I was like, oh no. Hopefully they're either not gone far or they're still here, but they could have blown that straight away, but who knows. It was looking like a blank in this vlog. If it weren't, it certainly is now after that, because you kind of just know when you've just blown your... They know I'm here now. I've tried to get in, slacken off. They know I've just put 3.5 ounce lead on the head. Third rod, what I'm going to do is, before I cast it in, I am actually going to do a video on how to set it up, or how I've got it set up, how to attach the rig in a bit more depth, because quite a few of you have asked how do you set your rod up and the rig and etc. So I am going to do a separate video on that, so that will be on the channel. It will probably already be out now when you see this vlog, so if you want to have a look. So I'm going to do that now, and then we'll get the third rod in. I mentioned earlier about that stuff I use, Life Systems, that's what it's called. It's mosquito repellent, but it repels flies as well, or seems to. So yeah, I can't remember how much it was. Do you know what, I reckon that bottle was about 15 quid, maybe 20 quid. But it does work, so if you're after something to keep the bloody flies, mozzies away, I can recommend that stuff really does work, and I suffer badly from it. They do seem to like... It's all my burntness, you see. They're coming for the burnt steak, don't they? They love it. The mozzies love it as well. So yeah, if you suffer badly, get yourself some of this. That is what you call a lot of tadpoles. Move that back. The edge is absolutely riddled with them. There's more coming this way. I don't know if I'll show. They're all swimming under the bush. There's absolutely hundreds and hundreds of them all the way along the margin. Yeah, it's a tall order. Do you know what, really I should be switching all 3 rods to zigs, I think, black foam, because yeah, I don't know. What would you do? Well, me being me, you'll see a third rod's out now. Basically what's on it is the same as the right hand rod. It's the double corn in the solid bag setup. Settle the camera on the stand, thought I'd press go, turn around telling you, yeah, this is going in, we're going here, this many wraps, chucked it in, sunk along, come back to press stop on the phone. Couldn't press stop because I never pressed bloody start. And I thought, I'm not redoing it now, I'm doing a bag and all that and disturbing the swim again. But that's what's on it. Since then I've been making that little video of how to set the rod up to fish this way, and sort of a bit more of the hook link in depth, and how to attach it to the rod, etc., and what it looks like in the edge. It's a long video for what it is, so if you do watch it, I apologise, but that's how I set it up, that's how it gets connected, and that's what it looks like. So yeah, that's that really. But I've got about half an hour left of this vlog. To be honest, I've seen so many fish, like the same fish, because there's hardly any in here, but the same ones moving around the same area just under the surface. The pressure's through the roof, and I'm sitting here thinking, how am I wasting my time on the bottom? I don't know. I'm going to have a rethink, but like I say, I'm going to get them on about half an hour, then I'm going to wind them in. I've got to go back to the van because I forgot something, but when I do wind them in, that'll be the outro time, because that will be my time up. So if anything happens before then, you'll know. But if it doesn't, which I don't expect it to, it'll be time for an outro. As expected, that half an hour passed uneventfully. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few half an hours pass here uneventfully, unfortunately. But again, thanks for watching. Sorry there's no fish on this one. There will be quite a few blank vlogs coming out whilst I'm fishing here. Unfortunately, that's just how it is here for a lot of people. But hopefully we'll catch a few fish along the way. So yeah, you lot that stick around and watch that, thanks very much. And you lot that think it's not really for me to watch these ones, totally agree. Thanks for watching what you have up to now. But yeah, if you did like the video, remember, thumbs up would be massively appreciated. Don't expect venison every video. I ain't got venison kind of money. But I'm going to go back to the van now, get me bits, and then we'll start the next vlog, which will be carrying on straight away from here. So hopefully you'll join me to see how the next 24 hours goes. And if you don't, like I say, I fully appreciate you watching up to now. But until next time, if you're out and about, be lucky yourselves, and hopefully catch a fishy on the next one. Take it easy.